I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Wednesday, June the 5th, 2013. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called on Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas to return to the negotiating table without preconditions. Netanyahu said, "I'm not afraid to start talks," telling Abbas, "Don't waste another 4 years to, quote, give peace a chance." The Prime Minister made the comments at a special Knesset session today to discuss the Arab Peace Initiative from April of this year, expressed by an Arab League delegation, who stated that Palestinians could trade land rather than conform exactly to their 1967 borders. 40 members of Knesset had signed a petition requiring Netanyahu to address the initiative, which showed a softening of the Arab League's previous position, which did not allow for any land swaps. Netanyahu said in his comments today, the important thing is to not pose preconditions, but to simply enter negotiations. "We're listening to any initiative," he said, including the Arab initiative. "We're listening to all initiatives, and we're ready to discuss initiatives that are proposals and not dictates." Netanyahu said, "We are in favor of conducting negotiations without preconditions immediately." 2 mortar shells landed in an open area in the northern Golan Heights today. The IDF is investigating whether the mortars fell on the Syrian or Israeli side of the border. No damage or injury was reported. Spillover from the Syrian conflict has reached Israel on several occasions, usually blamed on errant fire. Although in a recent incident last month, shots were deliberately fired at an IDF vehicle by Syrian forces, causing light damage but no injury. Reuters reports that Bulgaria, who several months ago accused Hezbollah of being behind the terror attack in its coastal city of Burgas that killed 5 Israeli tourists and their Bulgarian bus driver, now is wavering with a new government in place. Back in February, the Bulgarian cabinet said that Hezbollah was behind the deadly attack, which in turn led several other countries to urge the European Union to designate Hezbollah, or at least its military arm, as terrorist. However, the new socialist-led government that just took office last week in Bulgaria is backing away from those charges of the previous more center-right government, saying that there is not enough serious proof that Hezbollah was indeed behind the attack. New Foreign Minister Christian Vegenin told national state radio BNR, "There is an indication that it is possible that Hezbollah was behind it, but we cannot take decisions with important consequences for the EU based on indirect data. If we have enough serious proof from other cases, we will not waver to back such a decision." Vegenin said the Bulgarian authorities were pursuing their inquiry into the attack and would keep EU governments informed of their findings. A lawmaker from Belgium was shown standing on top of an Israeli flag at a support rally for Hezbollah and Syrian President Bashar Assad, held in front of Israel's embassy in Brussels on Sunday. Independent member of the lower house of Belgium's federal parliament, Laurent Louis, posed for pictures while standing on the flag, which was later set on fire. Laurent said at the rally that Europe is being used in the conflict against Syria as a tool in the hands of Israel, the rogue state. Laurent Louis entered the Belgian parliament as a representative of the small center-right People's Party, but he was kicked out and now remains in the body as a nonpartisan. Following Sunday's incident, an online petition calling for Louis' impeachment in connection with the rally was posted. It already has over 2,000 signatures. The National Council of Jewish Women presented a panel discussion on the need for new policy regarding civil marriage and divorce in Israel. The Freedom to Marry panel was held in New York City last night. It was made up of several Jewish women leaders who shared their perspectives on current marriage laws in Israel and urged a change to the status quo. The panel included Executive Vice President of the Rabbinical Assembly, Rabbi Julie Schoenfeld, immediate past President of the Jewish Federation of Greater Washington, Susie Gelman, and President of the Jewish Orthodox Feminist Alliance, Judy Heiklin. NCJW Israel Director Shari Eshet moderated the panel. She expressed the need for a system in Israel that is inclusive to all Jews. Eshet said for decades the institution of marriage has been monopolized by the Orthodox rabbinical courts, forcing thousands of Israeli couples to marry outside of the country in civil ceremonies. The Israeli government, she said, needs to reform its institution of marriage to preserve and improve the democratic underpinnings of the country. And finally, the Jewish Week reports that an Israeli nonprofit and an American publishing company, best known for its Hebrew school textbooks, are teaming up to develop Jewish educational games, apps, software, and other high-tech resources. J Learning Labs is being described as the first ever incubator focused on developing these Jewish educational technologies and programs. It partners Israel's Center for Educational Technology and the Springfield, New Jersey-based Berman House. The joint project was announced yesterday at the CET's annual Shaping the Future Innovation, Education, and Entrepreneurship Conference in Tel Aviv. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Wednesday, June the 5th, 2013. I'm Teisha Bader.